Okay, hello everyone, this is Mr. Alberon here again, and this is a guide for Hinokami Tanjiro. We're going to go over all of his buttons, all of his specials, all of the strategy, and then go in for some combos at the end. So, let's start off with the unfortunate boring stuff. Wait, no, let's talk about who he is as a character. I think he's an interesting all-round character, where he has really good safe moves, but he also has really good ways to just go complete ham, monkey on the opponent, with really wild, long special moves, kind of like Nezuko, and also some really kind of interesting, unique, crazy stuff that makes him questionably overpowered if the opponent doesn't know the matchup. And we'll talk about that when we get to it. But let's start off with the boring stuff, his regular attack strings. Pretty long, honestly. His regular attack string on the ground goes for quite a while, so unfortunately it does take up quite a bit of time. His air attack string, you don't want to be doing it too much, because it's not really that useful. And then his air string just does that, single hit, bonk them onto the ground. His down attack string is just like his regular attack string, except he just does this bonk on the head. His tilt attack in the air is actually quite unique, and honestly, I'm not sure if it's in a good way. He does this weird like twirling thing where he twirls in on the opponent, and the combo counter goes down really quickly, obviously because it's a red combo, but also he's not very plus at all. I don't know how I get the opponent to fight me in the attack mode, but basically, like, see, look, I'm mashing buttons right now, and I can only attack now. You can't just go in straight for buttons straight afterwards like most characters can. He has to wait a long time. It's not very good for pressure. The opponent can, honestly, I think, press buttons before you can, or at least you're gonna clash. It's really not that good, and if you miss it, just standing there for ages. It's very punishable, not a great air attack, honestly. But the two hits are handy, because if you accidentally, if the opponent tries to dash under you, or maybe it'll miss, he does have like a 360 degree around him hitbox, so that's kind of handy. It has a better hitbox, but it's just a lot worse on hit and on block, on whiff. Yeah, it's not great. His tilt attack on the ground, on the other hand, is quite good. It has pretty decent range, nothing ridiculous like Rengoku, but it has very good hitbox where he does this like long curve with the sword, so if the opponent tries to sidestep or anything, it catches them doing that. And yeah, just pretty decent attack, and it does, holy moly, it does a lot of damage. I didn't even realize. Look how much damage it does on its own. 1,600, and then if he just does attack string into a special move, holy moly, that's a lot of damage. Damn, okay. That's pretty good. His grab is actually quite noticeable. Unlike Rengoku and regular Tanjiro, he's kind of an upgraded version of his old self, because now his grab actually travels. It's kind of like Nezuko. He goes like from here to here, grabs the opponent very fast, and leaves the opponent in a hard knockdown decently close to him. So it's better than regular Tanjiro's grab in every single way. It reaches really far, it leaves the opponent in a hard knockdown and leaves them kind of close. It's amazing. Which means it's very good in pressure, so pretend Sabito's blocking all this. You can mix up and go for grabs a lot more easily than you would have been able to in your other Tanjiro version. So yeah, that's really powerful. His movement isn't anything too notable, except he does have a horizontal air dash, so he can dash in the air and do air attacks like this, which his regular self can't really do. And then get free combos this way. Except his air attack kind of isn't great, so it's a little bit hard. Holy moly, okay, maybe don't do this. But it's possible, I think. Holy moly, can you even do this? Yeah. Anyways, he can get that maybe, but it seems quite inconsistent as you just saw. Yep, those are all of his regular buttons. His dash, pretty normal. Now, into his special moves. His standing special, Cross Slash, looks quite boring and seems unimpressive, but trust me, it's very useful. One, look at how much damage it does for 2 single hits that come out very quickly. So it's a very good way to end long combos. Because it does 2 hits very quickly, and they do a lot of damage. I messed up that combo there a bit. If I do something like this, his bounce combos are kind of weird. Honestly, this special move is a lot better in pressure, but we'll talk about that when we actually get to it. But yeah, it's a good combo ender. And it's also not just a good combo ender on hit, it's also a good combo ender on block, because it's a very quick move that is also plus on block. which is kind of ridiculous. A lot of moves that are plus on block are like, you know, launches that are a bit slow, and they have to do like, Nezuko does like the flip kick and stuff, but this just is bam bam, and you're plus on block, and it leaves you very close. It doesn't push them far away at all, so you don't have to like dash up or anything. You can just be like boom boom boom, buttons, boom boom boom, buttons, boom boom boom, you're still plus, and it does a decent amount of chip damage. Look, he hasn't been hit by anything yet, and he had taken all that damage. Pretty good. And he can also cancel it into his other special moves. Actually, only the first hit though. Oh no. You can cancel both hits, but the second hit, if you hit the opponent with it, doesn't really combo into anything. So if you do something like this, that doesn't combo. But if you just cancel the first hit, that will combo. Whoops. See, that combos. So yeah, it's honestly a really good tool, just, you know, throw out. It's very safe, it's plus on block, honestly, so you can just like throw it anytime. It actually reaches surprisingly far. So you can just throw it out in neutral, it's very safe, it's plus on block. If the opponent happens to get hit by it, cool, they got hit by it. And if they block it, you're plus on block, you get to go in for more pressure. And a quick note, if you're just wanting to do very simple combos, you can actually just end your combo in this, and the opponent bounces up so quickly, you can just reset them very easily. Because they get stand up so quickly, you can press buttons before they can, and you can get some resets kind of like Rengoku can with his line, and do stuff like this. Like, as soon as they stood up there, that was a grab, so they had to be sidestepping or jumping or something. There was no way to get out of that. And the same goes for he can just press buttons. So it's a really good special move, and you can go for an armored attack as well. It's, yeah, very powerful, very powerful. Yeah, and if the opponent doesn't recover from attacks, then obviously it becomes a hard knockdown and you can build some meter from it. So it's really good either way. If your opponent is, you know, not the recovering type and they just like to take hard knockdowns, then boom, you can just stand there, build a bunch of meter, or if they do recover, go for your resets that we just did a bunch. Now, for his tilt special, this is this crazy, what did he call it? Scorching Rush, where he just does like a ton of slashes, and then into the final slash, which bounces the opponent. But his regular attack string is honestly kind of garbage when it comes to like juggling an airborne opponent. Like, things whiff all over the place. Like the last hit whiffs, sometimes the like middle hits whiff, like that whiffed there, and sometimes the opponent just completely falls out of it. So be a little bit careful. Like that missed there and I could have gotten punished, so be a little bit careful. You have to time things after it pretty well. Like, do it late so that all hits actually hit. But if you do get it like raw, as you saw there, you do get pretty good damage, and you can cancel it early. So you can, like, if you don't want to do this whole swinging thing, like imagine your opponent broke out of the combo, you're not stuck doing this whole animation the whole time, so it's really good. It's kind of just like a bunch of regular attacks in a row, but as a special move. It's like if he broke out of it, I could have just, you know, dashed out of the way and chased him down. I'm not stuck in the animation at all. It's very good. And obviously, because it's an advancing, very long special move, it is also very good for guard pressure. It isn't plus on block, I believe, but you can cancel it into this so that it is plus, or break the guard. Because with all those hits, you're bound to break guard at some point. So, does a lot of chip damage. Wow, it really breaks his guard really quickly, huh? So yeah, very powerful special move. It's very good for combos because it bounces the opponent. It's very good for pressure because it's so many hits in a row that, like, even if the opponent pushes you back, you're just gonna keep rushing in on them. It's good that it's very safe because it can be cancelled. Like, if you don't want to do the animation, you can just cancel out of it. It's just a really, really good special move. You can just throw it out in the neutral. If it hits the opponent, it hits. If it doesn't hit, cancel it into this, keep it plus. It's really good. Now for in the air, it's basically the same. It has a little bit of a different animation, but it acts effectively the same. And in the air, this one's also the same. Now for his his guard special, or his Phoenix Flash, or his DP, because it's invincible. So this is where he gets kind of interesting, because he has a very, very unique guard special. even just this version is unique because, you know, he does it, he teleports forward and is invincible. So he has this invincible, very far-reaching invincible special move, mind you. And not only is it really good because it's far-reaching, you can combo off of it, which is very rare. The only other character in the game that I can think can do that is Zenitsu, but his is very short range, like it wouldn't hit the opponent if I was standing here, it like reaches nowhere. So Hinokami Tanjiro's has great range, you can combo off of it, and it's plus on block. But that's not it. If you press the button twice, he does this version, where he does like the circle Phoenix Flash, and you can kind of see that red flash there. That red flash means this is unblockable. I mean, well, it's not unblockable, but it's a guard break. So your opponent gets hit by it, whether they're standing there or whether they're blocking. And this leads to some pretty ridiculous resets, which some people may deem infinites, but in fact they're honestly not, and I'll tell you how to get out of this in a second. But if you have full bar, and if you hit your opponent at the beginning of the game and they don't know the matchup knowledge, you can infinite your opponent to death. Like if I do this, and then do this simple combo, they just kind of die, huh? If the opponent doesn't know how to get out of this, they're not getting out of it. It's really ridiculous. Well, the opponent wasn't even guarding there, but even if they're guarding, they get hit by this. So, yeah. The way you get out of it, though, it is actually quite simple. Because, as you can see, unlike his actual DP, where, you can see he's glowing white, and he's invincible for it. Actually, no, this is not plus one block, by the way. He's not glowing white here. He's actually not invincible for this version. So the opponent can just mash buttons on you, and they'll mash you clean. And it's honestly quite easy. Like, as soon as you see him like go for this leap forward, you can react to that red flash and mash buttons on him pretty easily, because it is honestly quite slow if you take into account the whole animation. So they can either mash out of it, or if they just want to keep it safe, they can honestly just walk away. Like, if he does it, and then they're walking, it'll just miss, and they'll walk away, and they'll get a punish for it. Or they can sidestep, they can jump out of it, they can mash buttons, they can do an armored attack, they can do literally anything other than stand there, or stand there and block, it'll work. So it's honestly not an infinite, and it's honestly not that powerful. It's only powerful to either catch the opponent off guard and make them like, oh crap, I forgot he has that, and I can't just stand there blocking. Or if the opponent just doesn't know about this special move, and then you're just testing their knowledge about this character, then it's basically an infinite. So it's kind of either completely overpowered, or just a little bit of a gimmick. So yeah, that's that special move. And yeah, now that we've talked about all of his special moves, let's talk about his general game plan. So this character, honestly, I would kind of say is kind of like Nezuko. He's really good at pressure. He has these really long special moves, kind of like Nezuko's crazy scratches. He has a plus on block special move. He has a really, really good DP, like an invincible special move. And he also has this really ridiculous unblockable special move. So he's really just got it all when it comes to doing pressure. So if the opponent's guarding, let me just get some meter back. If the opponent's guarding, the world's your oyster. You can either just, do some attack strings. If they try to push you back, go for this. You run in on the opponent trying to push you back. If you want to keep it your turn, do this, and it's still your turn, because it's plus on block. And if, you hit your opponent, you can cancel it into the thing, and then you can get combos off of anything. It's so easy. And yeah, keep yourself plus. Keep yourself in this super long animation where you break their guard, basically. Or, if they're standing there guarding, you're in this super long animation, how about you cancel into an unblockable? That's tricky. And because there's kind of, that, the gap in this animation where like, well, there's a space there, you can cancel that last hit. And catch the opponent trying to block that last hit, cancel it into that unblockable, then you get your combo, and it's so freaking ridiculous. I love it so much. He's a crazy character, and he definitely revolves around pressure. So, yeah, either, keep yourself plus, or you can even cancel the second hit of this, the first hit, so you don't do the second hit. Cancel the first hit into this, Because, you know, they're always expecting, they're like, oh yeah, I know this is a 2-hit special move. And, you know, they're just not going to be reacting to stuff like this online. Because, like, you do the first hit and cancel that into the unblockable? Like, what? No one's reacting to that. That's ridiculous. And yeah, when I'm blocking, if the opponent dares try to attack me, I can just do a pushback into my really good DP, because my DP is invincible for a long time and reaches super fast. So if my opponent tries to press buttons after I push them back, they get wrecked. And keep in mind, if I hit them with this DP, I get combos from it. This is just such a ridiculous character. Oh my god. Well, he's just too good. Like, that wasn't even a full combo I could have gotten from. I couldn't have gotten... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. But if I land a roll DP, I can do something like this. Like 4,000 damage just from landing a raw DP from pushing them back in their string. It's so good. And if they think that you're going to go for the DP, the DP, because, you know, it's invincible, they're going to be like, okay, I'm not going to mash buttons, because if I mash buttons against you, I'm going to get hit by this full combo because you're invincible, and I don't want that. And then if they're expecting it and they see you do it, then you do this version. They're trying to block and not mash buttons, but then they get hit by this, and it's just a whole can of sadness for the opponent. He's really scary. So they have to react to either doing an invincible DP or a non-invincible unblockable, and people don't react. It's really hard. So yeah, his neutral game, you know, kind of average. You know, he runs in, he can do this if he wants to, like be crazy and just run in slashing. But basically, Hinokami Tanjiro, he just wants to be in on his opponent. He wants to rush them down, pressure them. Good thing he has this amazing grab, so like he can do this from like all the way over here. He gets the grab, they're in a long knockdown, so they have to, like, you can walk up to them on wake up. They have to respect anything you do. Maybe I do armored attack, and then I do that. Or maybe I do my invincible DP into a combo. Or maybe they're like, oh, I think he's going to do an armor attack, I should just stand here and block. Maybe I do an unblockable. Or maybe they guess right, and they are blocking. I have great... wait, are they blocking? Maybe they do block. Doesn't matter, because I have ridiculously good block pressure. And even if they do decide they're like, oh yeah, I'm just blocking and I'm in his block pressure, they're never just in block pressure, because you can cancel into a freaking unblockable. It's ridiculous. And even if, you know, this is getting a bit predictable and your opponent has really good reactions and they can react to that, he still obviously has what every other character has, and you can do fancy stuff like this. And cancel into his grab! So he has so many options to mix up the opponent, it is absolutely ridiculous. And like he can do the same thing like with this and cancel the first hit. Actually, can he cancel that into a dash? No, he can't. But like, he can just cancel halfway through this into a grab because they're like, oh, that's a super long animation. I'll just stand here blocking or trying to push back. You can't push back a throw, buddy. They're like, push back. Oh, no. Push back. Nope. Grab. Oh, he's real goddamn scary. So yeah, just to recap, plus on block. Super long animation that can be cancelled at any point into anything. He can cancel it into his plus on block. He can cancel it into his unblockable. He can into his unblockable. He can cancel it into his invincible that leads to combos. He can cancel it into a regular throw. Or if they think you're going to go for cancelling it into a throw and then they try to, you know, mash buttons or sidestep, you can just cancel it. Oops. And then press more buttons and they go for more pressure. He is so ridiculous on offense, it's amazing. Now that we've finished talking about his ridiculous offensive game, let's talk about his actual combos he gets when he does hit you. And he hits you a lot. So if he manages to get a normal hit, a combo you can do something like this. So 3,523, that's pretty good for 2 bars of meter, and as we said before, ending your combo in this double slash is really good because you can either go for a reset if the opponent is waking up, and if they're not waking up, then you just get to get a hard knockdown and build some meter before they get to you. So, very good stuff, very simple combos. So he tries to wake up, I go for a reset, I do the whole combo again. Look how much damage they've taken already, and if this time they decide that, like, oh, I don't want to get hit this time, I go for a throw, they're nearly freaking dead. And they're in a hard knockdown, so now they have to respect me or wake up, and now they're totally dead. And now, obviously he has other combo routes, so he can do, you know, this long special move, but honestly it scales his damage, and he can't really combo off of it, like, to get huge damage, but obviously he still has options. So if you want to use this as a combo tool, be my guest. But yeah, that's an option. And he can also combo off of this, but basically whenever you get like this, you want to cancel anything into your regular DP, because it's his best combo tool and it leaves the opponent on the ground for his best combos. So if you do like land one hit of this, like if you land this accidentally, cancel it into this. If you do land this, just let it rock. See what combo you can get off of it. Maybe, you know, just get a hard knockdown free combo. See, even that whiffs, but you know, just see what you can get. The opponent probably isn't going to be ready to punish you anyways. So yeah, basic combo is just doing this. But this is where you can start being tricky. And say if I don't end my combo with a combo ender like this, I can just end my combo with this again. So hey, wait, let me show you. I can actually go for more resets just to make his offense even more scary. Now I can just delay my attack a little bit so that it becomes a reset. And obviously your advantage on block here. And, oh, it's just so powerful, so scary. So this is just another reset option he has. If I just delay my attack a little bit, now that's a reset. And then I can get to go for another combo. And I can do it again if I'd like. Or I can go for a grab, because I'm at advantage and they think I'm going to mash buttons again, so they're like, okay, I'll just stand here blocking. They guessed wrong twice, they lost 90% of their health. So another really scary reset. Another reset option he has is doing this. Oops. Go into the unblockable. A lot of people just hold block when they are, you know, getting hit. So you can do this loop over and over again, and if the opponent doesn't know how to deal with it, they just die. And yeah, that's basically it for Hinokami Tanjiro. That's his basic combos. Even just with that simple stuff alone, you're going to completely destroy your opponent. If you want to combo into an ultimate, you can do something like this, I guess. Wait, let me just check. Can you combo for the second hit of this? Yeah. Oh, no. What? I thought you could. How about the first hit? Yeah, okay. Wait. What if I... Yeah, let's just see how much damage that does. So this is just a very simple hit confirm combo into his ultimate. Holy moly, that was a bunch of damage for a simple combo. I wasn't sure if it was going to do a lot of damage. And then, you know, obviously he can do this stuff as well. Oops. And stuff like that. It can be about the same damage. But anyways, that's Hinokami Tanjiro. He's kind of totally ridiculous. Make sure you know the matchup knowledge or you're going to get absolutely steamrolled by him. But he's a very fun character to play. And yeah, for all of your offense lovers, he's definitely the character for you. Anyways, thanks for watching all the way through this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.